Gods often send nuts to those with no teeth.
I think
I don't...
Basically, the gist of it is, oftentimes we receive the better things in life too late to be able to enjoy them.
Okay. Okay. No teeth, nuts.
Oh.
Okay.
See, I was contriving an entire scenario where actually in the past people used like hard nuts as teeth, as dentures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened.
So that would be like, oh, that's a good thing. You got nuts now, you can replace your teeth.
I mean, I assumed it was something good.
When life gives you a bunch of nuts,
Make teeth.
Make peanut
fake
butter.
teeth.
I don't know.
Make nut butter.
Bro, out of context.
Hell yeah.
I can't wait for the season 2 best of.
This is why we do
where
this.
there's nothing but that part. Make nut butter. Fuck, dude.
This is why we do this.
Oh, here we go, baby. Season 2, episode 1. Let's go. Bunch of rich assholes.
Turn a blind eye to those rich assholes, Ryan.
Oh, wow. Did he just use his next one?
I
on
did.
What I said?
You see what I did there?
Oh,
That was
man.
Slick, right?
A blind eye. I mean,
Blind eye.
that seems pretty self-explanatory to me.
Right. It is.
You've got one bunk eye.
Yeah.
You're going to turn that towards...
But why is that
Blank.
the same and not just ignore it, you know? So, it's said to
Yeah,
originate
yeah,
with
yeah.
Admiral Horatio Nelson, who allegedly looked through his telescope using his blind eye to avoid signals from his superior. It was to give him an excuse
To
like,
say,
I didn't see nothing.
it, yeah.
I was looking, I didn't see it.
That's just a dick move, dude.
Man, that's an awesome picture, though. Like, just like pulls out the telescope or whatever, puts it up to his eye, like, nope. And everyone's watching him like, yeah, that was a bad eye.
I'm just picturing him like with the how you usually squint when you're looking through, like he doesn't squint with his good eye, but he's still got it up to his bad eye, and somebody walks up to like talk to him, and he's just like, yeah, what's up? Looks directly at him with it to the left to his eye.
Right. Well, then I was imagining like it's clearly a bad eye, like he's missing the eye. And
Yeah.
that it's not like they might have like thought, oh, that was his good eye.
He flips up the eye patch to use it.
All right, get one's goat. It means to annoy somebody. Apparently, this one is slightly more common. I've never heard it before.
Really? Because I say that really gets my goat, as in like.
Yeah, I've heard Ryan say this before.
That gets me
this?
going. Like that shit got my goat. Dude.
You're using it wrong.
Damn it! Son of a bitch! What do you mean I'm? No, you're fucking.
Okay, so this is
Please tell me.
this is another jockey saying.
God damn it!
Jockeys would often leave goats in their stalls with their horses because apparently goats calm horses down. Other jockeys would steal their goat to, spook the horse.
I'm gonna go ahead and write that idea down for a mentionable mystery. Why the fuck do goats calm horses down?
Yeah, that's a really good point. Really good point. Let's not blow over that. Write that one down. Put that up on the shelf for later.
Asking important questions here, not to mention.
The questions you want answered.
Damn it, dude.
We're not gonna get anything done today.
Oh, fuck.
boy.
That's great.
We've
Gold.
lost them all. They're all gone now. Nobody's listening to us anymore.
So now, wait, though. So the goats. Why? Give me this.
So when somebody got your goat, it would piss you off. It would annoy you. Like, oh, they got my goat again.
What if they got it for you? Like, what if they went and got your goat?
Oh, you got me a goat. Dope. Ryan's trying to spin this to work.
No. I think you spun it. I've got it right. I'd be very happy if somebody went and got my goat to calm down my horse.
He's like, in fact, I have been using it, right?
All right, damp squib.
Damp? What? Who the fuck says damp squid? Nobody says that, dude.
Now that's a damp squib right there.
Nobody says that. I'm sorry. No, not one person in the
Never heard
world.
No.
has ever. What's a damp squid? Squids are in the fucking.
I could eat a horse and chase the driver.
I could eat a horse and
Chase the driver. Basically, just another way of saying I'm really hungry.
well, that's kind of what I thought, but and chase the driver.
Yeah, like you're gonna eat him too.
So like somebody's like, are we talking like a pizza delivery guy's dropping off a horse? And
Wait, why would the pizza delivery guy drop off a horse?
Well, that's where I'm.
Are you tripping balls right now?
No, I'm just. What do you mean? How does it make sense to you to say? No. How does it make sense?
It's a Texas saying. Like a horse has a rider or a driver.
Oh, okay. I'm picturing like some dude pulling up. I'm picturing somebody pulling up with like a bunch of horse in a truck and like dropping a horse off. Like the driver, a vehicle, you know?
Yeah, just had DoorDash deliver me a horse.
That's not fair. No, I'm sorry.
I don't even know how to move forward with this anymore.
I just didn't think that when people ride on horses, you call them drivers. I guess I never really thought. Like when I'm riding my bike, do people call me a driver?
Oh, I'm crying. I'm crying. Okay. Rein it in. Pun intended.
Nice one. Nice. God damn it.
All right, another way of saying my eyes were too big for my stomach. Shot the big hog in the butt.
The big hog.
I don't know. I'm done trying to guess your bullshit. Fucking done.
He's folded.
Take a cold tater and wait, Ryan.
I can already tell.
I don't know what that means.
I'm kind of almost glad that you guys are taking off on a plane tomorrow because I don't have to hear all of this this stupid stuff coming out of your mouth.
I don't know what that means. I don't know.
You're gonna have to wait for dinner, basically.
Take a cold tater. So somebody's just like, take a uncooked fucking potato and eat it and shut the fuck up. That's what you're
I
telling
really
me.
don't know what it means.
You gave up. It's like, I don't know.
I tried looking it up,
You're
but
like, I just kept writing them down. This one might not even be real. I think I made this one up.
if your refrigerator's running, you better catch it, Mentionables.
Oh, God.
What, that was your
That
good.
was-
that
was
was
a
it.
big
That was
idea.
the big idea. All right. Yeah. Well, hey, you heard him right here. Mentionables. You better go check if you're.
Yeah, I was going to make a joke about how hard it is, difficult it is to work with people in the workplace sometimes. Like, you got to work alongside people. And, like, how hard it sometimes might be for you two being brothers because, like, family treat each other a little bit differently.
Yeah. I mean, we're.
Yeah, it's definitely
But then,
A thing.
right before this, you two have a rather heated argument.
Yeah. Of course.
And then we like have to just like and scene. Nope, that wasn't real. And
This never happened.
We don't have a weird vibe going on right now.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's something you kind of get used to. Like you have an argument about something, you make a decision, somebody does something, and then you move on. I mean,
right.
It's definitely a thing, though. Like, it's something I've noticed before. Like, we talk differently to each other than we do our other.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Totally.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
And it's got its ups and its
in
downs.
like the most disrespectful way possible.
I mean,
like, it's not better.
I mean, usually, here's. Let me paint a picture.
I mean, the benefit of it is we're not afraid to like push for an idea we might think is better and like try and work it out. So that's nice. Like we're good at having a conversation about these things.
Let's paint a picture. We're on a beach. It's 90 degrees. It's windy though. It's
Let me get some sand.
Yeah, some sand. And we're up on a VIP double decker. Colin's up on the ladder, and he starts saying no, and I start saying no, and he says, but it has to, and I say, but we're not going, but it's going to, and then I tell him, fuck you, and then he says, dude, you're a fucking idiot, let's just get this shit fucking done, and everybody gets really tight and angry, and then like 10 seconds after that, it's like, all right, so like next spot we have to do.
Yeah, I mean, that was a pretty good assessment of things that happened on that double decker.
The next thing we got to do,
it's a complicated project because they only give you like a little bit of power in like certain spots along this giant structure. So we've got to like figure out where all of our power drops are going, how we're running things, and whether or not this can go there. How do we hide this? How do we make sure nobody can see it?
The best thing for us, though, I think the greatest part, because everybody, like you said, sometimes working with family is a little weird. The best thing for us, though, is, usually we're on each other's side, obviously. And especially when somebody wants us to do something that's really fucking stupid, or somebody's made a decision for it,
or dangerous.
Then we both have a common enemy.
I was going to say, then you can both vilify one common enemy.
And we sit there and we bitch about them instead of each other, even though maybe a little bit of it is us bitching about what's the situation and what we've put each other into, but, you have
But this person has now just put a target on their back for any displaced, misplaced anger.
Yeah, we work really well together. Plus, we have a weird mind that melds, It's kind of like you finish each other's sentences in a weird way when we're working production. We kind of just...
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times...
I thought you were going to try and finish his sentence.
His thought, maybe. A lot of the times we will already know what the other person is about to do or what the other person is thinking. And, like, we sometimes get into a really good flow where, like, I always imagine like the dudes in the restaurant who are insanely good at like putting together burgers together, like throwing patties and buns and ingredients back and forth.
Or you at the fish market tossing the fishes back and forth and cutting them up real quick. You kind of get into that flow, you get into that groove of like, sometimes there's gigs where we've worked where like, you go to say something and you're like, oh, you already did it sick.
Yeah.
Like, I think we should do, I already did it that way. Like it's good having the same mind.
Well, it's good that you guys jive together because I hate every single second of working with the two of you.
That was really wholesome. I'm glad you could bring it down a notch.
You know how comedians...
that's gonna sound
that's going to sound like a cut. You guys just like stopped laughing at the exact same time. Maybe we'll just leave this in so people know. According to legend, this pit was a gate to hell, and the castle was built atop it to seal the opening.
So they built a castle on top of it to seal... You guys don't see anything wrong with this?
Like what?
Like, why not just pour or put bricks over top of it?
Because they were afraid that if it busted through the concrete or the brick foundation, that they would have problems. So they built all these extra defenses around it.
I didn't say don't build the defenses. You didn't let me finish.
Okay.
You still build the defenses and the walls around that area.
Well, they never. I don't think
But
you said that they didn't put
what's the point
cover
of
on
putting
it.
the castle?
Oh, well, because they didn't... I mean, I would assume that there would be a couple possible explanations for that. One, they didn't want it to be obvious that that's what they were doing there. Or...
Like a government hideout? Or like what?
Yeah, like a cover-up. Or two, because they still wanted there to be, like, a proper building there for them to be able to...
And now, and this is... You said there were...
Things like storage or worship.
So now you also said this was like remote and desolate area or whatever.
Yeah, kind of.
So who was it that saw these creatures coming out of this hole, and why were they there?
Well, there was still an outpost there, and there are locals that like lived in the
Just
area
because somewhere
and
is
stuff.
remote doesn't mean that there's never been a human that has ever been
Well,
there.
I understand that. I'm just saying if it's a remote area...
No, there were definitely locals.
And you said nobody knows why it was built or who put it there. But now we've got locals who have seen these things, and they built this there because of that, right?
I mean,
That's
it's
the
not
rumor?
like we have eyewitness reports.
No, I get
or
that. I'm just
anything.
trying to understand.
These are called the oral tales, Ryan.
I get that. I'm just wondering, like, why is the person from 100 miles away going to a
well,
remote
if we
place?
knew that, it wouldn't be a fucking mystery, would
I'm
it?
just
'Cause it makes
asking
for
the
a
questions
good
that need to
story.
be asked. I'm picturing this king like, we've got to do something about it, sir. And he's like, you know what? We live in castles. Build a castle over there. It just seems very strange, like...
Well, a castle would be the best thing.
Yeah, I don't.
To
I guess I'm
defend
not sure.
against an invading horde of demons. What do you
Right,
mean?
right. And okay,
Yeah.
say like you
what
do.
the fuck else are you gonna use?
You said you built it on top of it, right?
Yeah, so if they bust through the floor, they're stuck inside the castle. You've got arrow slits facing inside to kill them all with.
Right, yeah. Okay, maybe I'm not picturing this correctly. A castle usually has walls around it, right?
Yeah.
So that means that the building is inside those walls that you're talking about that have the arrow slits pointed at it, right? So
No, they claimed that the walls had these arrow slits and the building itself had these arrow slits facing
Okay.
inward.
Picture this. You no longer have the building in the center. Let's just say they decided to build a mound of stone. They just put a giant pile of stone.
Yeah.
It's over top
Just a
of that
giant
fissure.
boulder on it, yeah.
It's covering it. It's there.
Yeah.
Now they build the walls around it with arrow slits pointing inward, right?
Mm-hmm.
You no longer have a castle, but you've still achieved the same thing that you needed to do, which was cover the hole.
Well, they had-
and protect from monsters getting
Well,
out.
you have reports of flying imps. They could just fly right out if they bust through those rocks. And on top of
It just
that,
seemed like
have
there's
you
a
ever
much
heard
more
of, like-
simpler way of handling
Have you
it.
ever
That's
heard
all.
of like backup fortifications plus simpler? Who's fucking doing simpler in the fucking 13th century?
Well,
These motherfuckers were all about castles and walls
when
and
I
shit.
think castle, I start thinking like, so there's a dining area, which I know you already explained. There's no kitchen, but like so I assume there's separate rooms.
Yeah.
Or was it just one giant hall?
No, there's like a cathedral. There's a knight's.
That seems
room,
a little
there's-
silly. Like, why not just make it one area to lock something
Okay,
in?
well now here's something else.
I mean, I'm just getting wild on the speculation on this train.
Well,
right
what you're
now,
doing
but-
is playing devil's advocate and ruining my mystery. But
well, there's nobody who can tell me whether or not I'm right or wrong.
eventually, a small group of prisoners volunteered and were escorted to the hole. One of the prisoners was lowered down first. I don't know how they decided who went first. Maybe they drew straws.
Rock,
But
paper, scissors.
they lowered that guy down there and they told him, yell for help if, anything weird happens. Let us know what's down there.
He's just like, I'll do it. He's like,
All right, I'll show the boy.
So they lower this guy down there, and before too long, he starts screaming in terror and yelling for them to pull him back up.
Which nobody's gonna do that. Let's be honest, right? I mean, I wouldn't.
They pull him back up,
Oh shit!
and he... yeah, Josh is like, run!
I'd be gone so fast.
So they pull him back up, and apparently his mind has just snapped. He's gone bananas. He's lost his shit. He's blabbering like a psycho dude, and his hair is white, and they claim he looks like he's aged 30 years.
he's talking about something called Not to Mention Podcast.
Nice.
Totally lost his marbles.
But before we get into it, I did feel like it was worth mentioning. It's episode 69, everybody.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're
The funniest
telling
Bow,
episode.
chicka, wow, wow.
you're telling me Nice.
I mean, this episode's basically doing all the work for us already. We don't even need to be funny. It's already funny.
Yeah, we don't even need a good title. We could just be number 69.
That's a wrap. Number 69 it is. Perfect.
All right, you guys want to call it?
We're out.
It's just going to be silence for the next half hour, so we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
No, but in all seriousness...
We don't do that here.
Seriousness? Yeah, no, we don't.
Seriously, I don't think we are going to be serious.
Yeah, the seriousness box is left unchecked.
This is our serious face mentionables.
I find I've been spending more and more time looking for good mysteries for us to be able to talk about on the podcast for the Mentionable Mysteries series. So I want to give you Mentionables a call to action. If there's a mystery out there that's kind of weird or interesting that you think is cool and maybe we should look into, let us know. Hit us up. Any of the different ways you can contact us. There's Facebook messaging. You could hit us up at our Gmail, not to mention podgmail.com. I'm just getting sick of running into guy walks into the woods, doesn't come back.
Or even if you do find something nice and juicy, and then like it's sometimes it's really hard to find any actual information or like literature or anything like that. Like you're just reading these blurbs on the internet, and sometimes you want some like actual tangible sort of research to look into, and it's not always that easy. So if you're like a private eye or maybe a curator at a museum, and you have, and you have some first account stories for us, get a hold of us.
History teachers, I bet you that'd be like great source for that kind of material.
History teacher. That's really
historians, history teachers,
enigmatic.
The history teacher. That's the one.
Okay, so I hate to burst some bubbles here.
Oh, he's bursting my.
But unfortunately,
don't burst my castorium.
My castorium bubble.
They don't use it as much anymore because, well, if you think about it, it's a lot easier to just use a vanilla bean than it is to like milk a beaver's butt. Milk a beaver's butt.
Bet you didn't know those words were coming out of your mouth today. Milking a beaver's butt.
We can just leave that lie there. We don't need to.
From what I was reading, it's an unpleasant process
It fucking is.
for
sure.
everyone involved. So,
Okay. Yeah.
So it's not an ideal thing to use, although it was used for a time because coming by vanilla was difficult.
Could you imagine
so
if
much
that
anymore.
became like on PETA's Target, like they found out about this and they're like, yeah, I don't like how you're doing that to
On
the
the what?
beavers.
PETA, like
No, actually that was
it?
like a concern.
Yeah,
for a
okay.
minute.
I'm picturing I'm just I can't help but
really
wonder
extorting beavers for their asses.
Yeah, like, and then there's like the guys who are doing it. Like, you think I
Extorting them.
fucking like this, dude? This is my fucking job. You think I like having to come in every day and fucking do this?
You think I want to do this?
It's for the kids.
The fucking national hero. God damn it.
It is still used in perfumes a lot of the time.
Yeah. And you know what, Mentionables? If you're still with us right now, don't worry. The entire episode is not about
Strictly about.
milking beaver butt.
I mean,
Well, not entirely anyway. I mean, maybe a good 5 minutes of it now.
Popcorn. I could see it. I think everybody.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean, how many times you walked into
Buttered.
a theater? Yeah.
Butter.
Oh, you smell so buttery today.
That scent you're wearing is absolutely eloquent. What is that?
I just got off a shift at
Butter.
the carnival for like 8 hours.
It's Orville Redenbacher.
Elegant. Amber. Orville Redenbacher. We ended up going to Animal Kingdom. Too,
Well,
which
well,
was pretty
you're
neat.
skipping some
a
stuff.
very major
Well,
part.
yeah,
Yeah.
actually.
So now, of course, now I understand why you're skipping it. You're probably blocking
you're
it out.
blocking it out.
Yeah, he's
yeah.
blocking it out.
Traumatized.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We're just gonna touch.
I don't want to talk about it.
We're gonna touch base with you real quick about it. And so now, Colin, what you forgot was the whole point of this trip was to make our own lightsabers. We really wanted to go through the process of going to Saviv's
workshop. That was the whole point of asking droid or lightsaber.
We even had
that was the
people
whole
voting
fucking
on
goal.
it.
Yeah, we had the whole thing. And, we approached the shop. We started asking questions. Josh at the time was trying to get his cell phone back.
Yeah, we'll not talk about that.
No, I know you want to skip that, but we're not going to.
I may have, or may not have lost my cell phone on a ride in Disney.
So here's how it went down in my head, because I wasn't there when you guys first walked up to that lightsaber shop. Basically, you walked up, and guy was like, "Whoa, where are you going, kid?" And you were like, "Oh, I wanted
a lightsaber.
Go in and make a lightsaber." And he was like, "Psh, not with those shoes, you're not. Get out of here."
Starts flipping through some clipboards.
You're not on the list.
Not on the list, kid. No, I actually...
Red velvet rope.
So here's the funny part. For me, all three of us were not there for the initial conversation of finding that out. And I had actually gone and told you guys. I found you guys, and I was like, "Hey, we're over here, just so you know." I come walking back up, and our buddy Obi's looking at me, and he's just shaking his head, and he's like,
"Oh no!"
He's like, "Dude, I got some bad news for you, man." And he's like, and he like puts his hand on my shoulder, and he's like, "I can't tell you, Jim.
I can't
Jim,
be the
bro."
one to
He's
tell
like,
you.
you gotta break it the hamburger here. What happened? You gotta tell him. This shit right here. Disney is so fucking like, it's
bad.
6 months in advance apparently. In reservation in order to build your own lightsaber in Saviv's workshop.
So we were so lucky just to get the reservation into Epcot with the park hopper to get to Galaxy's Edge. We finally get to Galaxy's Edge, and apparently you have to have a 6 month in advance fucking reservation for the goddamn workshop.
Yeah. Collins, he just doesn't even look like he wants to say
he's
anything.
just resigned in this
he's just
conversation.
like,
He's like, fuck this.
I was just remembering, like, in my head,
how traumatic it was.
Like,
I know. I understand, Colin. It'll be all right, okay?
Ryan calls me.
Yeah, that's right. I called him to tell him. We're like 20 feet away from each other.
And Josh is sitting next to me, and all Josh can hear is, "Yep."
This is true. Yeah.
Yep.
I'm watching him going, "The fuck?" Okay. And it didn't sound
sick.
It didn't sound bad until I heard sick. And I was like, wait, that sick didn't sound sincere. God damn it, what is happening? And then he laid the bad news on me.
Wanted to play a video game, but the TV was dirty. Couldn't find the duster, so I used my cat. I don't know if that's a that high moment. That's a that lazy.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's funny.
Update. Couldn't find my cat tomorrow. Tomorrow? Why would you update saying tomorrow? Okay.
The suspense is killing me. What did they use instead of the cat?
Thought I heard Morgan Freeman narrating my life while I was in the bathroom. Turned out to be my roommate watching Bruce Almighty. That high. Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, yeah.
Through the confusion of flame and smoke, freshly smeared with blood and ash from the battle, appears an ominous warrior striking an eclipsing shadow. A figure like an adult over children, helmets barely reaching his chest, yet most daunting of all are wrathful eyes towering down and one huge fist clutching a samurai's sword. Looming over them and smiling grimly, the African samurai poises for attack and roars,
"I am Yasuke."
Nice. Ooh, it gave me chills.
It was a Heaven's Gate cult
that's
associated
right, yeah.
thing.
Yeah, and the website was like being maintained for Heaven's Gate for years after they had all already committed suicide, and so everyone
Which
was
sounded
like, "Who's
really awesome?"
Yeah.
Who's running the website? Oh no, who could it be?"
And they like
keep
couldn't
scrolling.
figure it out. Yeah, and then we finally do. And the funny thing to me, I'm thinking about it after I finally, I came to that conclusion. And I'm thinking about it, and they were survivors from the mass suicide of the cult itself. And I'm going, they were fucking survivors. Of course it was them. Weren't they the first people you checked? What?
Hey, Chief, I think it might have been those guys who survived from
those two people that didn't die?
He just hits his cigar, and he's like, Nah, that can't be it.
This isn't how we operate, officer. We don't just go and investigate based on a hunch.
Well, you got no proof. They were involved.
They're selling a book off of the website for money. Which they are.
They really are.
Yeah.
Get back to work or I'll put you on the street beat.
And in fact, you can.
Nice.
I noticed when I was looking at it that you can
Are we
find.
cops now?
Yeah, sure.
You can find their address at the bottom of the webpage. It's just there. Like, you could go and visit them if you wanted to.
Nice.
It's asinine.
It's
I don't know
great
why it was a
promotion.
mystery in the first place.
Because they wanted it to be, and that is great promotion. As soon as that book popped up, everybody was like, oh, God damn it. Yeah, I'll buy the book.
Especially podcasters who need to do research.
Yeah, exactly.
Got you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thanos snap family. Relationship question. If you lost your spouse in the Thanos snap, but 5 years later the Avengers brought them back, but you already remarried with 3 kids and spent the life insurance on a failed food truck, do you get back with your old spouse or stay with the new Thanos snap family?
Oof.
That's rough.
Okay, can we start at for one, is the first wife, is the Snap family wife, does she have any right to be upset?
That's a good question.
I mean, it's been what, 5 years?
5 years.
Wouldn't she want you to move on?
Right.
Right.
You would
Plus,
hope.
Plus, are there children, and are they calling, the new?
Yeah. it
Are
said
they
you
calling
had-
the
it
new
said
guy
you had
dad
3
already?
Kids.
Because if they're calling the new guy dad already, that means that they've worked through some trauma, and now you're just showing up like, hey, everybody forget that guy.
Yeah, no, he's definitely he's the problem.
I hate to say it, but you're kind of shit out of luck, like, coming back from the Thanos snap. Like, the Thanos snap people got the short end of the stick.
How did it come to this? Thinking about my optometrist who was treating my eye infection and said, if it hurts, you can rinse your eye with boiled water. Look at me. Look at me. I want you to understand that I mean water that has been boiled and since cooled down. Not boiling water. Do you understand? Like, I'm so grateful for this man ensuring that I wouldn't destroy my eyes by pouring boiling water in it, because it is an adequate assessment of my intelligence.
That's funny because I was immediately thinking, like, oh, I don't want to pour boiled water into my eye, like boiling water into my eye, rather.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Look at me.
Look
at me.
Look at me.
Right now.
That's I love that reaction. Like, how dare you? And also, thank you.
You're correct. I'm a fucking idiot.
How dare you? And
We're making a lot of assumptions here, aren't we?
God damn.
Well, they're right.
Fuck you. Welcome back to Not to Mention Podcast. I'm
Ryan.
Whoa.
Trying to steal my thunder?
The thunder. And I am Josh. Nice job. I think what we're talking about here, I'm not 100%.
Can I just say
fuck you.
I never...
Okay, yeah, let's just...
No,
never mind what
what?
Josh... No,
What?
go ahead. Go
No.
ahead, guys. No, go ahead.
I never go first.
Oh, yeah?
No,
no,
I'm just kidding.
No,
I
it's
don't
fine.
care.
No, let's go back.
I don't
Colin,
keep track of these things.
Colin, go ahead. Let's undo it. Go ahead.
Welcome back to Not to Mention Podcast.
I'm Ryan.
Never saw that
You
coming.
son of a bitch.
I'm
your moment,
Josh.
dude. Why'd you fuck it up?
Where do I go from here? I'm Josh, I guess.
Give us the juice, dude. What's happening, dude?
I think what Ryan was alluding to when he was talking about digging out...
What if mentionables? What if? That's what we love to do here.
We love What If.
We love what if. I call it the what if game.
It's a game we've played since we were little kids.
I love my parents. They probably hate the what if game, but I'll tell you right now, it's a great. It opens your mind to all the possibilities.
Wait,
of,
what's the what if game? Can you explain it to me? No, I'm just...
Well,
fucking with
Josh, the what if game is like perhaps maybe what if penguins could fly? What if there's a human out there who's trying to clone and recreate dinosaurs just so we can make them into butlers and maids?
What if penguins could fly, but they're keeping it a secret, and they actually have like a secret hidden city in the sky? What if?
What if, Josh? What if you didn't have a beard but you had hair? What if there wasn't a car driving right outside of our window, ruining our podcast?
What ifs?
What ifs?
I understand now.
Hypotheticals are the meat and potatoes of our podcast, I think. We do a lot of hypotheticals, a lot of goofing,
A new boot goofing.
a lot of new boot goofing revolving around hypotheticals.
What about for our vegan listeners? Is it this like the lettuce of the podcast? Maybe.
That's a good question, Josh.
What if we were vegans?
If you're vegan, it's the avocado and romaine lettuce of our podcast. I don't know.
Josh is trying to heroically pull off 2 shots straight into the mouth.
Hey, you asked what I'd do if I was a vegan.
What if, ladies and gentlemen?
Posted by The Hat With No Name. I like that a lot. What if I could fly at will and I was killed while flying? Would my corpse fall to the ground or keep flying?
Huh.
I mean, I guess that depends on like what force is it that's that
what is
flying.
powering it? Like, is it a neural process that is powering your flight,
or is it a magical process?
Yeah, just some sort of levitation that's happening.
Well, and if that's the case, then how do they come down? Do you have to use a magical incantation to then land from your flight?
If that's the case, yes, you will keep
you
flying.
will just keep going. Yeah.
Right. Or like if it's like a gravitational thing, I mean, obviously there's
if this is a
that's going
Thor's hammer situation, we know he's falling straight out of the sky.
Yeah.
He comes down eventually with that.
It's not actual flight.
Right.
Yeah.
He just
so if
throws his hammer
so
really
if he
far.
can't throw his hammer again, he's dropping out of the sky.
That's that, yeah. Yeah, for instance, I mean, not to keep, like, rolling on, like, the superhero gags, but, like, if Iron Man were to have, like, a brain aneurysm while flying with his suit...
He just keeps going.
I think he would kind of just keep going, right? The palms and the jets.
No, that's a great point.
Just flies off into space.
Flailing in random directions.
And really, why not go with the superheroes? It is a what-if episode, right? You might as well, line up with the Marvel what-if.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is constantly what I was getting when I was looking up what if. Our roll.
Also posted by Murphy Me. If a tomato is a fruit, does that make ketchup a smoothie?
Huh.
I'm going to argue no, because to me, I don't know if this is actually like, I don't think this is fact, but to me,
break
like
down
the definition of a smoothie would be that it has yogurt in it.
Yeah.
To me, if it doesn't have yogurt in it, you've got like a fruit slushy or like, a frozen fruit drink.
Now, is it just yogurt or is we talking ice still?
Yeah, you would have to have ice as well, I think. Ice is
kind of a part of a smoothie, right? Usually.
Otherwise, you've just got blended up yogurt and fruit. I don't know what you call that really, but
it's not a smoothie.
It's not a smoothie.
Mm-hmm.
So to answer your question, Murphy Me, add ice and yogurt to the ketchup, and you got yourself a smoothie now.
You can get yourself a
tomato smoothie.
Banging tomato smoothie, buddy.
Ugh.
Ketchup though, like awful. A tomato smoothie, like maybe you can pull it off.
But the ketchup with like the vinegar and all that stuff, man. Yuck, man.
Yuck.
Thanks for asking though. From user throwaway 6573632.
Damn.
What if every bald eagle on Earth suddenly gained an uncontrollable urge to hunt down and kill the President of the United States?
Oh, shit.
Assassin eagles.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, and like, I mean, that in itself, it raises a lot of problems, but I think like the main one that I'm seeing right away is that it is the country.
Yeah, it's
the
a
bird
symbol
of the country.
It's a big symbol.
Right. You're not supposed to harm or kill
on us.
Bald eagles.
It's gonna turn on us.
I mean, there's nothing that the president would even be able to do about it. They're protected.
Yeah.
You just have to let it happen.
He'd have to arrest himself if he killed one.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what are you gonna do?
Right.
You can't be president if you're arrested.
So he even writes here, so is the president then forced to hide in the White House with thousands of screaming bald eagles trying to break in?
Yeah. I mean, I imagine that's what would happen.
I mean, this guy's nailed it. I think the what if game has become very plausible here. This is we need to start prepping for when the Eagles turn.
Well, how do you think that this happened? Do you think that they've been
they get angry?
Oh, you think that they're just
I mean, could you imagine being like this huge symbol for a country and getting nothing but killed and going extinct.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they almost went
You know?
extinct.
Never
Yeah.
saw a dime of royalties for
Nothing.
any of this
Didn't
fame.
get a fucking thing.
They've been planning their revenge this entire time.
Yeah.
And Eagle Vengeance is coming.
We've been watching their training courses, all those nature docs where they feature eagles.
The death spirals and stuff
Yeah.
that they do.
That's just them getting ready, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I bet it doesn't help that we call them bald eagles either. I bet they're really self-conscious about that because they're not bald. They're
Right?
not bald.
How much would it suck if people just came up and called you Bald Josh?
Right. And I'm
Or
like,
called
what
me
the
Bald
hell? I'm
Ryan.
not even bald.
Or Balding Ryan.
Or it
I
called me
suppose.
Bald Colin, and I'm actually not bald. Like,
yeah, the two of us
I
kind of
know.
are
Yeah,
questionable.
You could have left yourself out of that one. You didn't have to be a part of that for once.
I had thought maybe that they were like trained by the Russians or I'm not really sure.
Wow.
But,
The plot thickens.
I thought
Putin.
maybe they were weaponized bald eagles.
Shit, who knew Putin, dude?
Putin was looking for a common enemy, and he found one in bald
Bald
eagles.
eagles. I don't know, but here's the thing. I'm concerned for no refrigerator. He should have that. This is
Just more worried about his refrigerator
like, hang on,
situation.
let's play a quick hypothetical situation here. No refrigerator. If you're out there, if you're listening, what if you had a refrigerator?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Maybe our podcast could do something for you. Maybe we could get you a
Maybe we should
refrigerator.
do a GoFundMe for no fridge.
How does this help?
What, getting him a fridge?
Yeah.
It helps him from not spoiling his food. I mean,
Yeah.
what is it? How do
And,
you keep your food, buddy?
Yeah, but he still has to send nudes.
The dudes, that's a whole different
we already
situation. We've
solved
passed
that.
on beyond
We
that.
solved
We really
that.
need to
You
take
were
care
there
of the.
for it. I
We
know
need
you
to
were.
address the
Instead of
refrigerator.
solving the problem, you're just slapping a refrigerator-sized Band-Aid on it.
No, you solved the issue by telling him to just fucking go for it, right? Full send. I'm still concerned for this man's lack of fridging. He needs more.
Man can't live on canned food alone.
No, that's the whole point of like the bunker.
I mean, you
situation,
probably
right?
you can
I mean,
actually.
Yeah,
live
you,
on
you
canned
could.
food.
You
Okay,
could
I
do
take that
that.
back. But you.
What if you couldn't?
Yeah.
Though, right?
Right.
Right.
What if?
What if?
Then you would
Nice.
want a
You
refrigerator.
fucking idiots.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, what if this was the end? What if I was here to tell you that we're on so many different major streaming services, and what if you went and checked that out? What if you subscribed? What if you told like your friends? What if you left a rating for our podcast?
wow, these are all really good.
I like
what-ifs.
these what ifs.
I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
What if we had an Instagram, Josh?
If we did have an Instagram, just saying hypothetically
Hypo-
speaking,
just
if
give
we
it to me.
did it would be at Not to Mention Pod.
Uh-huh.
Also, our hypothetical Facebook would be at Not 2M. That's the number 2.
Right, that's the
Hypothetically.
tag.
Hypothetically
Hypothetically, if you
speaking,
wanted to use the
right.
tag, you could hypothetically use
Right.
that hypothetical tag.
And like hypothetically speaking, if we made a new YouTube video,
You could find
you
it.
could find it on our YouTube channel.
That might actually be hypothetical.
That one's a pretty good one.
Yeah, you're right. That one didn't happen actually, but
What is no new YouTube video about?
it sounds like we're playing some sort of
For
strange
1,000.
TV game. Yeah, for sure.
What if we had a website?
Oh, what if?
You'd probably find
What
it at
if we said-
www.nottomentionpodcast.com.
Oh,
What if just a few more times?
yeah. What if we what ifed it?
What if that website was still slightly unfinished?
It gets updated, but what if it was not done?
What if you wanted to send us? Okay, no, seriously.
What if I punched you in the face?
If you
What if
want
I was really over this?
If you have any quests, comments, or concerns, you can send those to
Yeah.
you could send those to nottomentionpod@gmail.com. There it is, nailed it.
And what if I'm sorry, no more what ifs. It's on it's Thursdays, 6 a.m. Thursdays. Us.
That's
Not to
when you
Mention
find
podcast.
it. That's when it's released. Every Thursday, 6 a.m.
It's never a bad time not to mention. This has been Not to Mention Podcast. I am Josh.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Colin. And don't forget to tell your friends.
What if?
I swear we could like move out into the middle of fucking nowhere, and
be
the
a
second
jet
we
coming
start
by, like,
recording our
low-flying
podcast,
jet.
there's gonna be like fucking 50 cars outside. what the fuck is going on? Someone's throwing a music festival.
Ambulances and fire trucks. There's nothing for miles.
Some dude's gonna come flying into the driveway and pass out with their head on the horn.
Just drifts into our driveway and passes out. Head on the horn.
Door's locked. Can't get him to wake up.
We call 911. There's fire trucks and ambulances now, and
we're not recording our episode until tomorrow. Great.
Fuck, dude, that's hilarious. God damn it. Oh, shit.